This is the Fish Scout Double Vision without sonar. The Fish Scout Double Vision without sonar is truly the ultimate accessory for the nearly 1 million Vexilar fans out there who own a Vexilar flasher. When the Fish Scout camera came out, it clearly was head and shoulders above any other underwater camera for a viewing system. Well, by incorporating both the camera and the flasher sonar into one housing, you've created the ultimate tool for taking out on the ice. Now, the double vision system really starts with the case itself, because everything, the superstructure that you get with the system inserted in this bag, the bag itself is part of the entire package. It enables you to take this whole system out with you. The weight isn't all that much different than a regular Vexilar flasher, but it allows you the ability to store everything, and it still fits into a 5-gallon bucket. So what I've done is I've taken the superstructure out of the bag, and I'll walk you through some of the features as we go here. The case itself comes with a 12-volt, 9-amp-hour battery inside. It's mounted very similar to that of the Ultra Pack. If you own an Ultra Pack, you know what I'm talking about there. This particular system has an overhaul suspension arm directly on the base, which is good for holding your transducer or your camera directly in front of the monitor area. The monitors that come with the Fish Scouts, let me talk a little bit about those. They're very special. They're exclusively made for Vexilar. This is a 16:9 widescreen high-definition display. Has a very customized heating element in it because it's designed for cold weather use. Whenever it gets cold, the heating element automatically kicks in. When it warms up, it cuts off to conserve battery energy. Now, when you're fishing with your Vexilar or your flasher, your camera or your flasher simultaneously, you can expect up to 10 hours of running time. Now, the beauty of this system is that the Fish Scout Double Vision without sonar comes pre-wired with power harnesses for either the FL8 or 18 or the 12, 20, or 22 flashers, because they have different power cords. So you will find when you take it out of the box, not only do you get a great 12-volt, 9-amp-hour battery, but you get all the power cords already pre-wired in. So you literally have to take it out of your existing pack and plug it into this one. In a matter of minutes, you've created your own double vision sonar system. It's very cool, very popular indeed. Now, on the back of the system is where a lot of the magic takes place. You have, for example, your access cable. The yellow cable is your video out port. So if you want to record the video image you see on the monitor, you can do it, but you have to make sure you've got a camcorder that has an AV in port. Not all camcorders have that, but if yours does it, you can connect here. Or if you've got a big screen TV in your fish house, you can plug it in and you can watch it on the big screen monitor, and that's a lot of fun. You have your quick charge jack, which allows you to plug into your 1-amp fully automatic digital charger, which means that you'll never have to worry about overcharging your battery. Undercharging, it's always been the problem, because if you undercharge your battery, you don't get good performance. You could kill your battery off. You want to make sure you charge your battery often. It comes with a digital status indicator right here of your battery, the D130, a very popular tool for all of our Vexilar flashers. Well, we've incorporated it into the double vision system as well. And a master power on-off switch, which is very critical, because when you're not using the system, you want to make sure all power is off and out of the system completely. The double vision system without sonar, you get two options, two camera options to choose from. You get the DT system, which stands for depth, direction, and temperature, which actually means that when you submerge this camera into the water, in the lower right-hand corner of your display of your monitor, it'll say that it is facing north, it's down 21 feet, and the water temperature is 43 degrees. It'll actually do that with specially made Swiss digital technology. This is the first camera to ever use this unique Swiss digital technology. And it's really quite amazing how fast it is, how accurate it is, and the display comes on the monitor in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. You can tell the DTD cameras very easily because they're two-toned in color. The classic Fish Scout camera, which is a phenomenal piece of technology, is all black. Both cameras have exactly the same camera inside. Now the housing that we use, and this is very important that we discuss this housing because the housing is designed with a two-stage approach. The outer shell is strictly designed for impact resistance. You can kick it, bang it, knock it around. The camera stays enclosed in its own module inside. In fact, the outer shell actually takes on water to make sure it has better balance when it's in the water. The camera could be used, of course, laying flat on the bottom of the lake if you'd like, or you can suspend it like this for down view mode, or if you'd like, you can, this particular one has the tail fin on it for trolling in the summertime to keep it tracking forward, or you can also use it on a pole if you want to connect it to look underneath your boat, for example, to check for propeller damage. Both cameras have a 100-degree viewing angle. So it's super wide, it's an amazingly high quality Sony CCD camera. Now this camera is both color and black and white. I know it's confusing to a lot of folks, but let's explain it like this. In good light conditions, when you see good color, the camera shows you good color. But when it's dark and gloomy, really dark and hazy out, a lot of colors get washed out. Well, color cameras in low light conditions don't perform any better than our eyes do. So what happens is this camera automatically shifts to a black and white mode in what's called a low lux condition or a low light condition. So in the black and white mode, the camera enables you to see better contrast and better sharpness of image than you would if you kept it in color all the time. Color, if it stayed in color all the time, it would get very grainy and all the colors would kind of mush together. In black and white, it'll be much crisper, sharper, and your resolution will be much better in low light conditions. Now, both of the cameras utilize two super bright LED lights with 35 different brightness settings to complement the light in the area when you're actually using it. And you can experiment with it. It's a lot of fun to play with. The super bright lights are designed with a special focused lens so that the particles in the water don't glare back at the camera lens. So that works out really nice for performance. Now, you have a choice. The standard Fish Scout camera has 5-foot increments marked on the cable. Both camera systems, you get 80 foot of cable width. It's a high tensile strength, super thin diameter. With the DTD systems, you obviously don't need the marked cable, but it still comes with an 80-foot cable. It has a special wrapping system on it for cable organization, and that's very critical because when you're dealing with all this cable laying out on the ice, the chances of you stepping on it or hitting it with your auger and cutting it are greatly increased. But by utilizing the cable wrap system and the little dog ears, we can keep everything very well organized, and this leads me to the point of why I like the case so much, the soft pack case, because the soft pack case is designed already with multiple mounting locations to keep your system above the ice. So you just clip it onto the back and now you can be fishing with it. It's organized. You don't have stuff laying all over the ice. When you move, you pick it up and move. It's not one of these things where you have to have multiple buckets and multiple things to carry. It's all organized in one shot. That's the beauty of the double vision system. In the side of the soft pack bag, you also have a secondary overhaul suspension arm. This is held off over in the distance, and then you can look back with the camera as to the area where you're fishing. You don't want to have the camera oftentimes fishing in the same hole where you're actually fishing, or viewing in the same hole you're fishing, because the fish will get tangled up in the cords. So oftentimes I'll drill a hole 3, 4, 5 feet away, depending upon water clarity, and then look back at the area where I'm fishing so the camera does not get in the way of the action. But we supply you with an overhaul suspension arm. And to suspend your camera, we have a very foolproof system of mounting it with this little egg. We call it the egg. And the egg simply mounts in the holder and it adjusts to the depth, but wherever you set it, that's where the camera stays. It's a foolproof system to work in all weather conditions, and it's one that we really enjoy. Also, the overhaul suspension arm, if you need to know, has a compass on it. So when the DTD system says the camera is facing north, you can look on the suspension arm and you can find out where north is. So it's nice to have that along with you. The beauty of again, I keep talking about how convenient the system is. And that's really what the entire double vision system is designed to be, the ultimate in convenience. When you're fishing, and most of the time, and I will say most of the time, when you're fishing with your Vexilar, it'll be 90% of the time you'll be using your Vexilar. So you can use your FL8 or 18 and it'll be plugged in right here and you'll be fishing away. But When the time comes where you want to check something out, you see an object down there or the sun comes up where you can actually see because the water's so dark normally, you just simply, voila. And now you have both systems available to you. It slides out, we're ready for action, and you can start viewing as well. The important thing is the entire system is always with you, and you really never even know it. It acts just like a regular Vexilar system until you need it, then it becomes the ultimate camera viewing system as well. So here you have it, the Fish Scout Double Vision without sonar, the ultimate accessory for a current Vexilar owner.